Hello, everybody. It is day 33 of the 40 Live Challenge, and today we have Tune In Tuesday. And today is all about privileging our ability to attune to guidance at any moment when we see this capacity as a muscle that we can work and exercise. And so I really love getting to come in here. It's kind of like a weekly training session for everyone who joins me to be able to exercise this very powerful muscle, to be able to tune in and receive what is guidance that is available for them, insight, downloads, whatever you want to call it. It is an absolute privilege to be able to facilitate this space for you every week. So, before we move into a practice, I really have a couple of downloads that I have been receiving since doing this detox, and I think it's a real demonstration of what happens when we give ourselves over to really um, set our passionate, focused intention and attention on being able to tune in. And hi, Tammy. Thank you for joining me, beautiful. And when we go that step further to really clear ourselves as a vessel to receive this divine guidance, it's amazing how much actually drops in. And yesterday was a real challenge for me. It was day 3 of detoxing, and I was so ready to throw it all in the bin and just get move on with my life. And yes, but it was in the process of feeling that fear, feeling everything that was coming up for me, um, and then moving, and then just being present with it, and being accepting of it, and being mindful of it, and then allowing my body to truly guide me to its wholeness by maintaining it. And doing the prep work last night was really insightful for me to really show how committed I am to this. And then overnight was when the downloads really happened. So I woke up this morning from a dream, and it was so like there was a moment where I was like, where am I? I really felt like the dream was so real. And what the symbolic message was that came um, through this dream this morning when I was sitting with it, like, wow, that was so deep. What came through was that what I'm really craving is vulnerability within a relationship. And is so intertwined with what's been coming up the last week, but when in reflection of it, really the last like months. And that's this real imbalance with my masculine and feminine, and I truly believe this is what is being reflected to me in the collective, where we are at this tipping point of needing to constantly be busy. And I've spoken a lot about this, and to really highlight that this is something that has been really present, uh, with my own evolution, and in myself committing to showing up, committing to trust the desires of the feminine who has been leading me through taking the sips of the cosmic drops, and it's the masculine that's really challenged by that. It's the masculine that's really challenged um, by 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 living in such a surrender filled state. And so this morning's revelations, coming out of that dream, was really highlighting um, that it's not the feminine that is afraid of being vulnerable, it's the masculine. And that was part of this conversation that was had in my dream. It was so interesting. And I really wanted to bring it in here because for me it was such an aha moment to wake up this morning, and even having reflected on yesterday, how yesterday was feeling really, really challenging. And that was the 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 peak of my masculine energy, who feels as though they thrive on constantly doing things, because that productivity is also very addictive. Getting that efficiency is addictive. Um, and really being able to be present to just being with all of the discomfort. Another one of the fears that has really been prominent in this process is that this belief in being punished and needing to be punished. And this one is huge. It's been coming up a lot recently, and I find it interesting because going into this detox in the prep work, I was really likening the 3 p.m. how I was treating my body and how I was trying to boost my energy with just anything, food of any sort to get me through the next half of the day or the final part of the day. And that felt like punishment. At the end of it, what I would feel like after I had tried to boost my energy was I felt like I was just punishing myself. And then yesterday when I was like, this sucks, and I had my ego, who I have intimately called Gertrude. I love her so much. Um, Gertrude was like all of the brat. She was being so damn bratty, and it was that sense of being punished again was coming through. Like, why am I punishing myself to do this? Why am I punishing myself like this? So it's been fascinating to see how it wasn't actually the food or the habits, but it's this belief that I must be punished, that I need to punish myself. And I think that is woven into this deep rooted naughty girl theme that has also been popping up this month. I had shared it in a conversation with Glorious Tosca earlier this month, or was it last month? Time is an illusion. But that was really alive when that aha moment dropped in, was like, yeah, actually, there's these conditioning, these programs that society has placed on us telling us that a child is naughty. That really took root. And that sense that because I'm a naughty girl, I need to be punished is huge. So it's been really fascinating that this process of deepening into myself as a channel, my core being that presence to what is available, to really then go through this process to excavate the deepest, the core of the beliefs that have come through have been massive. And so today, what I want to do when we do this practice, yeah, day 3 was rough. I didn't think I was going to make it, but at the same time, I made it to day 3, which was huge. Day 1, usually day 1 by 3 p.m., there's nothing that's going to stop me from getting that energy into me. And yeah, it was really like I feel really good. And to then be in day 4 and just feeling as good as I am now, it's just like, okay, so they aren't talking shit. Like, I can trust that. It's been really profound. What we're going to do today to tune in is we are going to first prime our vessel. We are going to go within to locate the fear that is restricting ourselves as a divine channel. And then we will then, having done that process, open ourselves to divine guidance, to divine insight. And this is something that it is my intention that you will be able to take home with you and practice every single day. Because it is, the downloads are there waiting for us to open ourselves enough to be able to receive them. And that is something that is so alive in me. I'm so passionate about sharing that with you today, especially being mindful of the workhorse masculine who just wants to be on the track, on the race course, just legging it to the goals, legging it to the end of whatever the analogy is, the top of the mountain, perhaps. Instead of just really being the race course, being the finish line already. There's a big shift that we enter into when we allow ourselves to privilege our glorious visionary feminine. So, for those of you who are joining me live, or if you are catching the replay, now we are going to go within and tune in to empty and clear the channel before opening it, much like a funnel or maybe a champagne glass, whatever it is for you, to receive a golden drop from the glorious cosmos. Hello, Dale. You're just in time, my love. So, if it is safe for you to do so, closing down your eyes and begin to deepen your breath. We are going on a journey together now to meet and clear the subconscious fear that is restricting you as a divine channel of golden light. Bring consciousness to your breath and just allow yourself to notice your inhale through the nose, and when it feels though it is ready to transition to the exhale, noticing the frequency, the speed, depth, pitch of your breath. Noticing how, by placing your consciousness and your awareness and your mindfulness on your breath, everything just slows down. Your heart rate, the blood moving through your body, your mind and thoughts slowing back down to a space that is softening, is gentle, it is refreshing and revitalizing. I invite you now to bring 2 fingers or the palm of your hand to the center of your chest. Noticing how this physical touch at this powerful portal sends an instant activating spark through your whole being, awakening this space. And begin to notice how at this physical touch your breath diverts from your mouth or your nose and instead begins to flow through this space of your heart. Breathing into this portal and then out of this portal. And just become aware of the sensations of this passionate, focused intention and attention. Feel yourself dropping even more deeply into the surface on which you sit, knowing that it is safe to be here. The world outside is packed away just for these next few minutes. You may notice this spark of electricity rippling out from your heart, and just follow it, noticing where it moves in and around your body. Notice a curious, excited energy emitting from this space, so eager to support you, so eager to transport you to heaven on earth. I invite you now to see a light just above your crown chakra. Notice the color, the size, and the shape of this light. And I invite you now to invite this light to enter into your crown. And notice if there's any resistance to allowing that light in. Does it get stuck? Or is it free to drop into this space? Allow your passionate, focused intention and attention to support you to accept and welcome this light into your crown. And once it is there, I invite you to ask if there was any resistance. What was the fear causing that resistance? And it will reveal itself to you either by hearing, seeing, sensing, or just knowing. And once you have received this fear or belief or thought or feeling or knowing, just accept it, acknowledge it, thank it, and in doing so, notice the shift. And I invite you now to invite this light into your third eye. Again, noticing any resistance to allowing this divinity in, and asking if there is any fear, unwilling to or afraid of allowing this divine light in. Stay present to all sensations, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, as we go through this process. And again, once you have found that fear or belief or thought or emotion, simply accept it, acknowledge it, and thank it. I invite you now to invite this light into your throat. Once again, noticing any resistance, discomfort, or unwillingness to allow it, and ask if there is any fear or resistance to allowing this light into your throat chakra. And once you have found it, once again, accept it, acknowledge it, thank it, and notice how it shifts. I invite you to now invite this divine light into your heart. And ask if there is any fear, unwilling or resistant or afraid of letting this divinity in. And if there is anything there, once again, simply accept it, acknowledge it, thank it, and notice the shift. I invite you to now invite this light into your solar plexus, the space beneath your chest, above your belly button, and just noticing if there is anything resisting, unwilling, or fearful here of allowing this divine light within. Asking if there is any fear, resistance, or unwillingness to allowing this light within. And whatever is there, accept it, acknowledge it, thank it, and notice the shift. I invite you now to invite this light of divinity into your sacral chakra, the space below your belly button and above your pubic bone, noticing if there is any resistance here, and asking if there is any unwillingness, discomfort, fear, or shame to allowing the divine into this space. It may present itself to you as words, images, physical sensations, or just a knowing, perhaps thoughts or emotions. Whatever is there, accept it, acknowledge it, thank it, and notice the shift. I invite you now to invite this light into your root chakra at the base of your spine, asking if there is any fear, resistance, unwillingness to allowing the divine into this space. And whatever is there, just accept it, acknowledge it, thank it, and notice the shift. I invite you now to see this light as though it were a waterfall just above your crown, pouring through your whole centers and beyond, deep into the earth. In this moment, you have allowed yourself to be a channel, open, willing, present to being a source of divine nourishment to Mother Gaia. And whatever presents itself to you at hearing this transmission, just accept it, acknowledge it, thank it, and notice the shift. Take a deep breath in and let it go. We are going to move into silence for just a moment now, having primed as vessels of divinity. I invite you now to ask questions, guidance specific to what you most need, and allow it to wash through every single center, every fiber of your being, every cell of your existence. Let's move into silence for a moment now. And after you have drank from this overflow of your divinity, bring your hands into prayer position, either at your heart or at your third eye, and bow in reverence, honor, and gratitude to yourself, to the limitations, resistance, and unwillingness that has guided you back to wholeness, and to the infinite, who is in every everlasting moment calling you home. Take in a deep breath, letting it go out through the mouth with an audible sigh. Bring some gentle movement back to your body. And when you are ready, blink open your eyes. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody who was present with me live this morning or who will catch the replay. Thank you to everyone who is willing, showing up so willing to do this work in whatever setting that you are, in whatever, um, whatever needs you have, whatever desires you have. Um, it is an absolute privilege to have been exercising this powerful muscle, and I'm so grateful. Now, this process is is much is what we do when we have a cosmic visionary session. We will go tune in. We will be seeing what is present for you. What is it that is limiting you from this cosmic vision that you already have? It's so alive in you. There's this agitation and frustration that you have it here, but you can't seem to bring it here. And the only thing that is limiting you from bringing it here is belief, is what is stored inside of the subconscious. I do have my special going at the moment for a couple more weeks. We're halfway through the month. So when you buy one, you get one free, and that is unlimited to the quantity that you buy. So if you buy two, you get two. If you buy three, you get three. So that is an incredible offer with the great potential to set you up for a cosmic 2021. It would be my absolute privilege to serve you in that one-on-one space where we can weave some fucking magic together. Thank you, everybody who has joined me. I will be popping back a little bit later for another live. Because I am taking advantage of my tweaking the 40-day live challenge into a 40 live challenge, we are nearing to Christmas, so I will be throwing in an additional live this afternoon. And yeah, if you're around, I will see you then. So much love to you all.